Hello everyone and welcome back to another video where today we are back in American Dream for the 10th episode and the first episode in 2025. So happy New Year everyone. I'm recording this on New Year's Day. I don't think it's going to be up on New Year's Day, but I'm excited to get back into Planet Coaster, which I say that when this was actually recorded on December 28th. So that's great. We're already off to a great start with this video. But yes, I hope everyone had a happy and safe New Year's. I sure did. I spent it with friends and family, and it was awesome. But yeah, now we're on episode 10, which is just so exciting. But yeah, today we are finishing off Jukebox Junction, which we started in the last episode. I wanted to kind of finish it in one episode, but I just realized it was way too big. And of course, in this episode, we decorate our Boomerang coaster. I do not build the Boomerang coaster. If you think I've built the Boomerang coaster, you are dead wrong. I could never custom support that good. I mean, the ride looks absolutely fantastic. The Boomerang is actually built by Toxic Nemesis. That's right, guys. I actually have the name now because last time I did not have the name for the blueprint. So, but this time I do because I'm getting more professional. No, I'm kidding. It's still not the greatest videos. Anyway, but yeah, of course we are starting off pretty strong here. Just doing a simple queue line. I lost so much footage of me building the stuff around the Boomerang. I do get the footage of the station. With Vekoma boomerangs like this, you typically just have like a really, really basic covered station. Here, I try to do something a little bit different, mainly because I just wanted this ride to feel a little bit more themed into the 50s area. So I wanted to theme it lightly. Again, I need to say that I say that with like so much. It is a very, very light theme. That the station is kind of themed to like an automotive shop, like a mechanic shop, and that's kind of what we ended up going with. And I think it came out really, really nice in the end. I think it looks really good. It's definitely, again, it's just a very, very, very light, loose theme. Like maybe the park bought a simple off-the-shelf Boomerang model, probably relocated, to be honest with you. This was built in 1998, so I highly doubt that this was a fresh off the line Boomerang. But they probably spent very little money on the actual coaster, and they decided to give it more of a theme. And as you can kind of see towards the corner, towards American Thunder, the coaster kind of sticks out a little bit. The whole idea is that this coaster was not here. There was probably like maybe like an antique car ride here or something. That makes a little bit more sense in this area, to be honest with you. And then they removed that, and this coaster was just squeezed in for pretty much just because they could. So. And again, around that time, Vekoma boomerangs, for especially parks of this size, I mean, like super, super popular. 3 inversions going backwards and forwards. I mean, like it's so marketable. You can do so much with that. It's a clear win. And although maybe they're not the greatest rides, they still are big wins for these smaller parks. Here we are, just making a custom fence for the station here. Honestly, I really like how the custom fence comes out. I don't use that fence if that's what you're thinking. I just use the traditional fence here, and then I put the chain link pieces that we have in the middle, and it kind of gives it this grungy auto body kind of feel, or like street racing kind of feel. And although this is definitely a 50s theme, I still really like the look of it, and I think it came out really, really nice. Again, the station's super, super basic. As you can see, we have like the back of the station's all brick, and then the front is kind of more of like a basic cover, and I really only did that because I wanted to have this sign here for the automotive shop, which we end up calling Speedy's Auto Shop or Automotive Shop. I forget what I wrote, to be honest with you. Again, if you don't know, all my videos are recorded probably like 2-3 days before I actually do the voiceover. I don't know why, I just do. I always record videos. I kind of get all the framing done with like the editing, and then I just don't record the voiceover for a very long time. So this was done probably, I think, like December 28th. I'm recording this on New Year's Day at 8:52 p.m. So yeah. I don't know why you guys need to know all that. Nothing too crazy going on there. Very, 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 very basic sign here, but I think it looks so good. I really do like it. I like the flames and everything. I think it looks so like 1950s, like classic. It really does. I'm really happy with it. So yeah. Now I'm just doing a very, very basic queue line. Guys, I say very, very, very a lot. I apologize. So, yeah, but just doing a pretty basic queue line with the simple cattle pin fencing. Nothing too crazy here. Again, I lost so many clips of me actually building the surrounding area for the boomerang, which again I'll show it off in the real-time portion. All I get is, I believe, building the sign, and then that's about it. I did a lot more decorating around the boomerang. I made the restricted area look very overgrown and everything like that, but I don't know, it just did not record for some reason, which is, very apparently that's just something that I'm known for now. I just don't record because it's just, yeah. If you go back and watch like the first episode of this series, I built like so much, and the entirety of it just did not record at all. The initial idea for American Dream, I didn't even want to like make it a series. I just built the front entrance and stuff, and then I saw Beyond Drew's Mid-America or Great America series that he's doing in Planet Coaster 2, and I don't know, I was like, oh, maybe I could do it. I want to try my hand at it, and here we are. And again, thank you guys so much for all the support that's been on the videos recently. Here we are, just making the sign for Reverse Racer, which of course is the ride's name. I'm hoping that you got that based on the intro video. I kind of toy with it being placed somewhere else, but I finally just ended up putting it right next to the entrance, and I think it looks nice. It's definitely, I'm starting to come across the issue of all my signs looking the same, which it's making it a little bit tougher to kind of differ them based on the limited 3D fonts that we have in Planet Coaster 2, as well as just maybe lack of creativity, to be honest with you. But yeah, I think it looks fine. I'm going to try my best going forward to try not to do that kind of style again. I've just done it too many times, specifically in this park. So I'm going to do my best to try to make it look a little bit different going forward for all my signs, but we'll see how that goes. Just making a very, very basic exit ramp. It's going to pass under the coaster. It gets a little close to the track, but I mean, I think it's okay. And again, the coaster is supposed to be very, very squeezed in. And also, this is about the time where I realized, hey, it would be kind of cool to have some water here. And I think it came out really, really nice. I think it would be awesome to have a thing of water going through some of the park. It's not going to go through all of the park, but if you look at Six Flags Great Escape, they do have a river that goes through the center of the park. It's called the River D. It's very historical, and I think it looks, really, really cool. Like it gives the park such a unique aesthetic, and I really, really wanted that here. So, and honestly, I really like it. I like how it kind of goes back out into this larger body of water. And I like how the train passes over it. I like how the boomerang is situated right next to it, and like one of the supports goes out over onto like this little island. And of course, I do decorate it a little bit, making it feel very like swampy, very like marshy, with the foliage pieces. So, but it does in the end. I think it looks really, really good. And again, you'll see it all in the real time, but it didn't save the footage. So you're gonna have to wait till the very end if you want to see that. Or don't. You can leave. Don't leave, please. Yeah. But yeah, we're pretty much coming to the end of all the footage I have of building the boomerang, or decorating the boomerang. I do some stuff in the queue line. I add some covers. Of course, I do some foliage. Very, very light work. Nothing too crazy. Most of it is pretty self-explanatory, so me not recording it is not the biggest loss. And of course, that's when it just cut. And now we're building a gas station, a 50s style gas station, because just thinking of different 50s buildings to actually build, and decided to do one of these because I feel like it's just so iconic, so classic, and I made it a little food stand, which I think came out really, really nice. I'm happy with this. I've been trying to do a lot more detailing with the buildings. The entirety of, this is episode 10, but the entirety of the next episode, which again, I already have recorded, I just don't have the voiceover done. It's not doing anything major. The whole title of the video is probably going to be called like The Small Things or something, because I'm making a couple carts, and that's it. I'm making a couple carts and I'm fixing a ton of stuff in the original entryway, because I've kind of noticed, like, I've put a lot more effort in to the newer buildings rather than the original ones, because there's kind of just like a new standard that I've kind of acquired, and I'm really happy with that. Honestly, I'm really happy that I've I guess it kind of improved a little bit going as the project goes along, which I really like. Again, just a very, very basic 50s gas station, and it's not meant to be a functional gas station. So if my proportions are off and a car can't fit under here or something, I don't really know what people would complain about. But I mean, it's meant to be, the whole idea, again, same thing with the cinema, is that this is a 50s gas station themed restaurant area, or quick service restaurant area. Here we are, just making the gas pumps. I think they came out fine. I think they look okay. They're not the best gas pumps, but I like them. I think they get the idea across that they are gas pumps, and I've been using the gutter pieces a lot, just, like always. I love my gutter pieces, and I've also been making a lot of custom doors. I recently just put a custom door on the workshop, and I used that little handle piece, which honestly I think it's meant for the chains, as kind of like a thing for the chains to hook onto. But man, it works perfectly. It has like a little handle for like doors, as well as the actual like gas pumps, which I really, really like. I'm just putting 4 of them here because that's the reference photo that I saw, and then I just put these little barriers in, making it feel a little bit more realistic. And honestly, I really like how the whole thing kind of looks. I think it came out really nice. Just using a basic 50 sign. I hate how it puts it like dead in the center of the sign, so you have to use the custom text every time on one of these. Like, it doesn't even, I don't know why they have it set so it just goes like right in the center, but it does. Gas and Go food stop, that's what I'm calling the little quick service restaurant here, and I think it fits. It really does. Also, another thing in the next episode is we're going to do some interiors, because I'm not going to do them on camera. I'll show them what I've done. I've already done a couple, because I did not like the way the diner that we built in the last episode, I did not like the way that looked, because it was basically just brick in the kitchen. It didn't have anything behind it, and it just didn't make any sense to me. So I wanted to have at least something back there. It's a very basic building here, as it clearly just serves hot dogs and burgers. And then I'm just using these decal pieces to make it look a little bit more worn. I think it does the job pretty nicely. And then I just put some lighting, and that's pretty much the entirety of the building. And we go right into building another building, and I wanted to do a little gift shop right across the midway from the coaster, from the Boomerang. And this, oh my god, what did I even call the gift shop? I have no idea. I think it's just called like the pit stop. That makes the most sense, to be honest. It's a racing area. It's a very, very basic building. Super, just a simple like 2x2 building. I do end up doing a custom corrugated roof, because I love doing custom corrugated roofs. They're the most fun thing ever. And it's a very, very simple way to improve the way your building looks. It just takes it to that next level, I do just call it the pit stop gifts, so it makes sense, because it's a racing theme. I do something pretty cool on the actual building, because I was just like, I don't know what to do, and I kind of got lazy, so I built a simple sign that says, "If you ain't first, you're last, Ricky Bobby." I don't know if you guys know Talladega Nights, that movie. It's an awesome racing movie. But yeah, I just put a sign here. I don't know why. It doesn't really fit the theme, or actually, it fits the theme. It just doesn't fit the world that the park lies in. I mean, who knows? Maybe Talladega Nights is in the same universe as American Dream. But yeah, Ricky Bobby is an American hero, and I feel like he deserves to be in our 50s area. So yeah. If you ain't first, you're last. It took me a very long time, by the way, to like actually get this sign. It took me probably good 10-15 minutes just to get it looking like this, but in the end I think it looks nice. I like it. So yeah, going forward, we do decorate the Super Loop. I placed the Super Loop like forever ago. I don't know, that's kind of been a trend in this series, to be honest with you. I've been just placing rides very, very far in advance. I think we built the wooden coaster, American Thunder, in the second episode, and I did not like finish it until the 7th episode. Which if you haven't checked out that video, make sure you do. It's probably one of my favorites that we've done on the channel. It's probably my favorite that I've actually done on the channel. I really like how American Thunder came out. I do have to do more with it though. I want to build like a photo stand for it. I want to do so much. Again, basic queue line for the Super Loop. This would be more of a modern edition. So again, the Boomerang would be built in 1998, and maybe here there was like honestly, I don't even know. Maybe it was just like a restaurant or like a little picnic area right next to the old antique cars. But as time went on, probably, around the same time Six Flags was putting in a bunch of Super Loops, they would have bought one from Larson. I know a lot of independent parks at the time did buy some Super Loops. Look at Kentucky Kingdom. They have a Larson Super Loop. So it's not that out of the ordinary for an independent park to have it. It's a very compact, marketable flat ride that I'm assuming does not cost as much money as a more elaborate flat ride, so it makes sense that parks like this would buy it. The idea for the canopy here, I ended up making it green because I wanted it to feel like it was not even made for the ride. Like they just had like an old canopy from forever ago and they just dragged it out because people were complaining about how hot the queue line was. So I mean that's the idea, at least. If it doesn't look good to you guys, you can tell me down below, but I like it. I like having like a little bit of a story. Also, that employee, he just keeps walking around. He's kind of like again, I have no employees. I don't think I've ever placed down an employee in the park, and yet here he is walking around, and he's like always cheering for some reason. Here we are making the Fireball sign. Yeah, the Super Loop's named Fireball, which is basically every other Super Loop in the world. At Six Flags New England, they had a Super Loop called Fireball as well. And then it got hit by a tree, and then it was removed. Sad. But this one, yeah, I don't know. This sign is definitely inspired by Six Flags New England's Fireball sign. And I really like how it came out. I think it looks awesome. So yeah. Putting the flames on top, I think it looks nice. Very basic sign. It doesn't take much. It's only maybe 4, 5, 6 pieces, somewhere around there. And then I did want to kind of break up the asphalt a little bit and make the road come back over here. Not for too long. It only goes to the edge of the Super Loop, but I do really like it. And then I sink it down into the ground because road lines don't come off the ground like that. Here I am doing a little bit of a backstage just for the building, finishing off like the fencing for the train here. And I do some light foliage in that area, but I don't want it to be like super forested right there because it kind of blocks the views of American Thunder's hill and turnaround. I'm trying to keep that as open as possible because I want you to be able to see majority of the layout of American Thunder from the entry plaza of it. So I've been trying to keep that in mind, but I do add some trees along the pathway just to break up the asphalt a little bit, make it feel a little bit better. Backstage has kind of been rough for me. Also, that is a custom door, by the way. I made a custom door like in a random sandbox park that I loaded up, and I built that custom door. It's on the workshop if you guys want to download it. I really like it. It's like a custom double door, which I like. I also made these custom tires because there's no tires in the game. So I made these custom tires, which again I'll show off in the real-time portion, which is coming up very shortly. So I'll see you guys then. So we are now in the real-time portion. I really think this area, it looks awesome. Like it does. Oh, here it goes. Look at that. I absolutely love that. The Boomerang, again, it is built by Toxic Nemesis, so make sure you download that. There's 2 different versions that you can get. But there's the area that we built in the last episode. And then as we're coming through, I just have... You missed it all because, again, the footage didn't save, but I just have a very overgrown, restricted area. And then for the Boomerang... So Reverse Racer, I think the whole plaza here looks really good. I like how the ride is kind of themed a little bit. This is the custom tire I was talking about. I have a whole stack of them over here. It's very light theming. Like they could just have some extra tires lying around. They'd place them here, and it fits the theme. It looks good. It's very, very cheap. It's, simple. I think a park like that, it's not, too far-fetched for them to do that. Here is the gas station. I think it came out really awesome. I think it looks nice. The gas pumps may be a little unrealistic, but I think they get the idea across. And then, of course, our very, very basic menu with no prices. Awesome. And, of course, the building looks a little bit worn down. And then pit stop gifts. If you ain't first, you're last, Ricky Bobby. It's a very, very simple building. It doesn't really fit the 50s vibe that much, but maybe it's a little bit more of a modern building that they just kind of plop down right next to the burger and dog place. So yeah, I just put these simple covers over the windows. I think it adds like a nice little detail to it. They are unsupported, but who cares? There's American Thunder. Hi. But yeah, I love the way the Boomerang looks. We did do I did the lighting off camera, which I'll show you later. I think the super loop placed right here is very, very cool because it kind of it feels plopped down, which I love. I don't want it to feel like it's been here for a very long time. I love the sign. I think it works very, very well. Again, I don't know how I feel about the green cover, honestly, now. I'm not gonna lie. I do like it though to some extent. Again, I like the idea of thinking they just never had a cover for it, and people were just like, it's really hot. Look at how slow that goes. Yeah. Coming around this area, I just made it a full loop because it felt weird if it wasn't. You get some cool views of American Thunder from here, but I don't see people coming over here that often unless, just to kind of have a break from the rest of the park. But although it's right next to the super loop, and those are very loud. This is a very basic backstage area. Nothing too crazy over here. Just place down some crates and everything. Again, I try to make this kind of feel cramped. Like it's very, like the Boomerang's kind of intruding onto the pathway. Again, the whole idea is that the Boomerang was not always there. And, yeah, they kind of just squeezed it in and they removed their old antique car ride maybe. Over here is going to be our western area. Oh, that's going to be a couple episodes down the line. But this was the marsh I was talking about in the time-lapse portion. I think it came out really nice. It gives so much character to the water, honestly. It makes it feel so real. And I do have a little fountain here in the middle with a little art shape acting as a concrete footer. But I love the look. I absolutely love the look of the coaster from here. It looks absolutely fantastic. I could not be more happy with how it came out. Again, Toxic Nemesis has made such an amazing ride. Showing off the danger zone just a little bit more. Again, just super overgrown, trying to make it feel very uncared for. Again, this was probably put here in 1998, and maybe for the first, couple years it was taken care of, but definitely in the early 2000s it started to slip away, and now it is definitely out of the ordinary. I did do a backstage over here I want to quickly show. This is behind our Midway games that we built in the last episode. Again, very simple. Just put down some of the sacks and as well as some of the crates, and then I always like doing the barriers because I feel like that's such a realistic thing for parks to have. But yeah, very, very, very simple. Let's show you the nighttime portion real quick. Again, pretty basic lighting. I just use these street lamps again, and then I try to light up the Speedy's Auto Repair sign as good as I could. The gas station is actually very, very well lit. It looks actually very bright. Pit stop gifts. Again, I just have two lights on the side lighting up the sign. Over here, I left it very dark. Again, no one's really going to come over here. I feel like they wouldn't really bother with that area. Fireball doesn't really have any lighting in the queue line, but the pathway lights it up. And I have some simple lighting on the Boomerang support, so it at least is more visible at night. Honestly, multicolor lights would be kind of cool on it. I might do that. But for right now, I really, really like the look of it. So yeah. This was the custom tire. I just really want to quickly show it. It's so simple, but I think it looks amazing. I think it came out really nice. It's a very, very basic tire. But yeah, I just used these wooden pieces, which I have declared multiple times now as my favorite piece in the game, to make the nuts. And then I just used circle art shapes to make the different variation in color and everything. And I think it looks really, really nice. Yeah, super, super simple. But that is pretty much everything. Let me switch this back to daytime. There we go. yeah, that's pretty much everything. So if you guys are enjoying the series so far, please, comment down below. I am so happy with how the park is coming out. It's coming amazing. Yeah, so like and subscribe. Leave comments about any feedback that you guys have, and I will see you in episode 11. Gosh, this is now episode 10. I still can't believe it. Anyway, have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.